Hi, my name is Lucas Christian. I am a staff member here in the Student Life Office on campus, and I'm also a house fellow here, work with Welch and Henderson. Today, I've asked a group of folks that you may know on campus as either house fellows, CAs, or RAs to come in and talk about the role that spirituality or faith plays for them. And that can be in the context of here at Carnegie Mellon. They may talk about their previous experiences before they got here. And hopefully this time will just get you to reflect on maybe what it means to you and the role it plays in your college career, or maybe what role you want it to play. And so aside from that, I just want to say congratulations to all the first-year students who are here today. You've made it to Thanksgiving, which is good. That means that finals are just around the corner and you're almost done with your full first semester on campus. So enjoy the video, and I thank all of the people who were engaged in making this and helped us put this on. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Aurelia Henderson.
I'm Archit.
My name is Alana.
I'm Molly Walter.
My name is Rachel Bradley.
I'm Danielle Morse.
My name is Saganya Arjanjan.
I'm Johnny Cagwin.
My name is Michelle Mirabella, and I'm acting as the House Fellow of Boston McGill this year. Spirituality is very personal. I feel like it's very individual. I feel like that there is a difference between spirituality and faith. I sense that spirituality is something it's not super tangible for me, and I feel like it has to do with something, even though I feel like it's individual, it has to do with something greater, like a connectedness between me and others and like the world, whereas faith, like I can have faith in something. Whereas spirituality, I feel like I get like feelings from words and they give me two different feelings. And just in general, I feel like regardless of having faith in like a specific type of religion, I think you can be a spiritual person.
It's a difficult question. It seems more general. When people say they're spiritual, it seems like they are aware that their actions affect other people, that we are all connected together.
I think spirituality stems from the inside of any person, and I think that it's something that is a journey for you to figure out yourself in the scope of the world, even the universe, if you will. And I think it's personal for everyone, and I think spirituality is a good word for it because it allows people to create that definition for themselves rather than have some specific group or whatever it may be say this is how things should be done. So I think that spirituality is resonant with a lot of people, and I think that it definitely resonates within me as well.
I think for each person, actually, spirituality and faith, the two words sort of different people are drawn to some of the two words. Some people like the word spirituality more, while others are drawn more towards the word faith. For me, I think the two are really intertwined. I think that my faith really builds from my spirituality, and my spirituality also helps define my faith.
I think spirituality it took me a while to figure out what it was. For the longest time, I did associate it with religion and with faith because I went to a Catholic school when I was younger and I was raised Catholic. I'm not anymore. I'm an atheist now, and I've come to realize that although I don't subscribe to one particular religion or faith, I am a spiritual person.
I think my spirituality is kind of unusual maybe in that most of my ideas that fit into my concepts of spirituality come from sources like random books I've read or just things that I've thought about.
Coming to CMU and having conversations with people, it was just as simple as talking to people and talking about what they believed in their experiences. Really showed me how diverse all the options are for spirituality and faith, and how all of them are totally valid. And while you might disagree with someone, you still can accept that and you still can learn from that. And just being able to see that and have those conversations made me not only stronger in my beliefs, but more aware of everything else.
I think, especially in a place like CMU, people have very strong opinions and beliefs, and they like to stick to their opinions, and once you kind of strip away like the excess and the things that differentiates each religion, like, and you get to the core reason of like why people believe the things they believe. I mean, the reason they have those beliefs are, I think, for the same reason. You know, they want something higher to believe in. They want to be happy. They want to feel fulfilled. And like once I made that realization, and I realized even though we all have different religions, we're kind of trying to get to the same goal. I think it made me realize kind of how connected we all are.
Before coming to CMU, I was hesitant to bring up different beliefs like, oh, we'll start fighting about it. But that has not been the case, which is, it's great. It's encouraging me to share with others. I know I had the wrong idea of what people believed before asking them themselves.
Carnegie Mellon has definitely, from the moment I entered here until like the point I'm at now, I am so different from the person that I was in high school, from coming from my family, and like sometimes that's all you really know, and now I have this whole new, not new perspective, such a wider perspective on people and humanity and just in general, like what is important, like how do you express that in different ways.
I think that it's very important that you step outside your bubble. I know me coming here and having the sort of background that I've had, I was always very involved in like the youth groups in the church community, and I had this set structure where I felt really supported. And when I came to college, I kind of tried to foster this fake community like that for me, where I surrounded myself with people who shared my ideals and would just kind of let me stay stagnant. I needed that kind of growth, and I was refusing to let myself have that. But the instant I decided to sort of like cut those things away, to go and like make a point of making friends with people who I knew shared like opposing ideals, these things that to me were almost appalling because I had never had any experience exposed to them. So I had no idea of anything that could be outside of this sort of like traditional, like the religions of the book. And so when I began to expose myself to these things, I found so much growth in myself through just the self-exploration that it made me come to. I think upon really coming to Carnegie Mellon was the first time that I was able to deeply interact with people who were like very observant of different religions. I think two of my best friends here are Muslim, and I think I've learned a lot from both of them in very different ways. I've also been able to really have like deep, meaningful interactions and conversations with people who are deeply rooted in their faith and not Jewish, which has been really a really good experience for me, both interesting and knowledgeably, but also because I think it allows me to help reflect back on my own opinions and beliefs.
At Carnegie Mellon, it's been really fun to work with the Council of Religious Advisors because we're a group that's really diverse and has people coming from different faith backgrounds, and to have similar conversations about, issues that are really deep, to get together and talk about war and peace from different perspectives, and it not to get to a place where it's a heated conversation. We're able and free to talk about it in a gentle kind of way, and a helpful but gentle kind of way on campus. And I think that's been really fun.
The biggest piece of advice I can offer is to not ever be afraid to ask questions. People are so open and willing to share about themselves and are always interested in sharing about what they believe and what they practice, and it's an excellent way to learn and also become closer to people.
I think religion has been part of my life since a very young age. I remember I used to go to pujas, which was basically religious rites, with large groups of peoples ever since I was a kid, and it didn't really hit me like it meant something until maybe about high school, and I started exploring my faith at a deeper level just through reading different books such as the Gita or the Upanishads, and it just struck me how poignantly honest everything was.
Coming from a Catholic background, after Catholic school, I went totally the other way and became a really strong atheist, but I didn't really know why. I just knew that I didn't want to be Catholic. and I had to find that middle ground where I was still a spiritual person.
I went to a Jewish day school and grew up in a Jewish home and had a lot of Jewish friends. And when I went to high school, it was still it was a private high school in Chicago, so it was still a pretty contained environment.
Spirituality and faith for me is accepting the revelations through previous people and the truth that I find in the Bible. I never really asked myself what I want, so I got lucky when I came to CMU because it was an easy decision. I am a person with a purpose and a person that knows that I'm not where I want to be, or I will never attain what my goal is for who I can be, but I have the encouragement to keep trying for it and keep striving for the holiness that I want.
I grew up raised mostly Christian. I went to church every weekend, and then after I came to CMU, I think I suddenly cut off from religion in general and tried to focus on just getting good grades, and that's basically it. And I thought religion or spirituality would kind of get in my way of doing what I thought I wanted to do. But recently, I've kind of realized that it's not something necessarily I have to set aside time for, but it's something that I have to, like, it has to be a part of who I am. And it's been a part of who I am, and I think I've been trying to ignore that. But recently, I've taken aside time to just meditate and think about what I want. And I think that's really helped me, especially in CMU, where it can get hectic, and there can be times when you feel like you just want to give up, and getting in touch with my spiritual side has helped me get through a lot of those times. And oddly enough, like, after coming to this place and kind of not having that kind of going to church every weekend, that religious side of me, I think I've become closer to having a relationship with God than I ever was in my childhood.
Within Hammerschlag, I'm started this idea, this initiative of 555, and it's basically taking 15 minutes of your day to spend on body, mind, and soul. And I think it just goes back to the fact that CMU is a crazy place in terms of workload and stress, but at the same time, you do need to take time to, focus on your body, on your mind, and on your soul. So the 555 initiative, I guess, is you spend 5 minutes doing something for your mind, and in the case of my residents, I tell them, don't even worry about it, you're doing your schoolwork, that's more than 5 minutes of time on your mind. 5 minutes of body, so you find a 5-minute workout. I know some of my guys do P90X, so you focus on your body like every day, and then 5 minutes for your soul. And what I tell them is go for a walk for 5 minutes or go do something, but the biggest thing is go into your room, kick your roommate out, close your cell phone, close your laptop, no music, nothing. You can close the lights if you want, whatever, and you just sit there and you just think about the day, whatever it may be. So 5 minutes of silence to kind of understand like what's been happening today, what's been happening in my life, and you kind of take a step back and out of like the intensity that is CMU, that is life, and you kind of just like look at things. And I really think it's a powerful idea, and I really do hope that people take time to do that because it's important as a person to grow.
The call and the supper.